Hello, my name is Jack. Recently I made a bunch of videos on my channel called Welcome to Kingdom Hearts. These videos were a series of 15 to 20 minute videos that summed up the entire Kingdom Hearts series for people who were new to the series and even for old fans who just wanted to relive the adventure. Now, yeah, the videos are quite long altogether, and some of them, like Chain of Memories, just weren't done that well. Other videos like 358/2 days were pretty good as well, though, to sort of make up for it. But either way, I think it would be much easier for some people if I just summed up the entire Kingdom Hearts series into one video in a nutshell, sort of bit shorter, just with me explaining it rather than having you see clips of the whole series thrown together in edited ways that don't entirely add up for some people and might need a bit of further exposition. So without further ado, let's get on with it. So this is going to be the entire Kingdom Hearts series in one video in as few takes as possible. Bear with me. I apologise in advance, I am bound to stutter. Our story begins with a young boy called Sora, about 14, living with his two best friends, Riku and Kairi. The three of them live on Destiny Islands. They all want to get out and seek adventure. They want to see other worlds together. So they prepare a raft to leave and see other worlds. But this goes awry when there's a storm and it collapses their islands into nothing and sucks it away and everyone goes missing. Sora wakes up in a strange world called Traverse Town, where he goes looking around and finds himself with a strange weapon called the Keyblade. And he eventually runs into a couple of guys who explain everything to him. These guys are the cast from various Final Fantasy games. That's the thing about Kingdom Hearts, they have a bunch of Final Fantasy cameos, have fun. They explain that the researcher of their world, Hollow Bastion, which was formerly known as Radiant Garden before its downfall, he fell to darkness. His name is Ansem, and he started mixing about and creating these horrible monsters known as Heartless. They don't have hearts, so they go around stealing other people's hearts. That's not nice. They're born from the darkness in people's hearts, which is going to make them pretty hard to eradicate because darkness is in everybody's heart. So, Sora's job as the Keyblade Master is to go and defeat the Heartless. The Keyblade is a special weapon of light chosen to destroy the Heartless. Now, every world has a heart, and as they're the Heartless, you can imagine they are after the heart of these worlds. There are tons of worlds throughout the entire adventure, and all the worlds are Disney movies. That's the other thing about Kingdom Hearts. They have Disney worlds. Have fun. So, Sora's quest throughout the world is looking for his friends, hopping from world to world, destroying the Heartless before they can reach the heart of the world, which looks like a keyhole. That's why he's got a Keyblade. The Keyblade is shaped like a key because it locks the heart of the world and seals it away from the Heartless forever so they can't get it. In your face. Joining him on his quest are Donald and Goofy, who are looking for their king, King Mickey. He's the king of their world and he's gone missing because he's left to try and solve the problem in his own way. However, we won't find out what that is till later. Meanwhile, Sora found Riku. Yay, but he's siding with the Heartless. Oh, the reason for this is Maleficent. Maleficent is one of the main villains who conquered Radiant Garden and turned it into Hollow Bastion. She leads an army of Heartless along with the other Disney villains who are conspiring together to kidnap Disney princesses. Why? Because there are 7 specific princesses known as the Princesses of Heart. When you gather all 7 Princesses of Heart together, they unlock a special door, a special keyhole known as Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts is a source of power and knowledge. Maleficent tricks Riku into thinking that Sora doesn't care about him anymore, so that she can trick him into causing mischief and getting all the princesses together for her. It later turns out that Riku is the real Keyblade Master, so for a moment Donald and Goofy decide to follow him because their specific instructions were to follow the Keyblade Master, but then they decide, nah, Sora's our friend so we'll follow him instead. Too bad for Riku, who eventually succumbs to darkness. Using the power of Heartless too much weakens his heart and Ansem steps in and takes control. He possesses Riku and tries to use him with a special Keyblade created of the Princess's Hearts to unlock Maleficent's heart, which ends up destroying her, and then to unlock Sora's heart, because within Sora lies Kairi. Kairi's heart was with Sora all the time. So, of course, Sora defeats Riku and then decides to do the noble thing and sacrifices himself. This destroys the Keyblade, giving all the princesses back their hearts, while Kairi is resurrected, but Sora's gone. Too bad. But when Sora lost his heart, as you can imagine, he turned into a Heartless, and Kairi found the Heartless and then used her power as a Princess of Light accidentally to bring Sora back to normal. Together, Sora, Donald and Goofy follow Ansem through the keyhole towards the end of the world, a collection of the worlds that were scattered and swallowed up and destroyed by the Heartless. By defeating Ansem, Sora restores all the worlds back to normal so that everyone can go home, including Kairi. But Sora has to remain behind because Riku was trapped on the other side of the door to darkness. Basically, in the Kingdom Hearts universe, there are 2 realms, a realm of light and a realm of darkness. The realm of darkness is where all the Heartless come from. The realm of light is the normal place, where everyone lives in the same place. You see, after being possessed by Ansem, Riku was kicked out and left in the realm of darkness to rot, because Ansem is mean. And as for Mickey, he turns out to be on the realm of darkness because he went in there looking for a special Keyblade, so that with it and Sora on the other side, with their specific Keyblade, they could lock the door to darkness forever, because the door to darkness can only be passed through by people who belong in the realm of darkness. So Riku and Mickey are stuck on the other side, and Sora, Donald and Goofy are going to have to go on another quest to find them after they lock the door to darkness. Meanwhile, Kairi has to go home, so Sora and Riku have to say goodbye for now. Apparently, connecting the realm of darkness to the realm of light, just like the door to darkness, is a door to light. Of course, the door to light can be passed through by people from the realm of light. This can get Riku and Mickey back, but Sora, Donald and Goofy are going to have to find that, aren't they? So they begin their quest and eventually find a castle that is run by people in black coats. And these people in black coats lead him further on, telling him that if he keeps going, he'll find a friend. As they're going through, they start to lose their memories, because that's the thing about Castle Oblivion. It erases your memories as you go further. But at the same time, Sora starts gaining new memories of a friend he didn't know he had called Naminé. Eventually, he finds out all these memories were fake. Naminé is actually a special witch who has the power to meddle with his memories. And meddling with his memories causes him to forget people like Kairi. So at the very end, Sora's memories are all messed up. He's defeated about half the men in the black coats, who are apparently trying to overthrow an organization which they come from. And this will be explained later. But they are betrayed by one of their own called Axel. Axel's really cool. Sora, Donald and Goofy ask Naminé, can you put our memories back together? And Naminé says, sure, I didn't mean to do it in the first place, I was being made to by the organization, because she's actually a very nice girl. Yay. While all this is happening in the basement of the castle, Riku wakes up. He was led here by Diz, a guy in a red cloak who apparently has a grudge against this organization and Ansem, and he helps Riku go forward and fight the darkness within him, as Ansem is still lurking inside his heart in a dark, evil form, trying to possess him some more, but Riku says no, so he beats Ansem, and Mickey helps him along the way, because Mickey eventually finds his way out as well, and together they decide, we're going to try and get rid of Ansem once and for all. We can't have him inhibiting Riku's heart, so Riku decides to go on a quest of self-prevalence and protect Sora while he sleeps, and all that stuff. It doesn't really matter. He's okay, that's all you need to know. So when a person becomes a Heartless, what happens to their mind and spirit? It turns out that lives on in a form known as a nobody. A nobody is an empty being that does not deserve to exist. It has no heart and no feelings. So they are basically people who have no imagination or creativity whatsoever. And wouldn't you know it, there's a whole organization of them, 13 exactly, and the 13th member is a guy called Roxas. Now every organization member takes their name, scrambles it around and adds an X. Roxas is Sora's nobody. When Sora lost his heart after he sacrificed himself for Kairi, Roxas was born. Guess what this organization want? That's right, they want Kingdom Hearts, and to get it they need Roxas. By defeating the Heartless with his Keyblade, Roxas releases the hearts that they've captured, and they all weave together to form a special artificial Kingdom Hearts that the leader of the organization 13 wants. And with this Kingdom Hearts, the nobodies can finally become whole people back again, you know, back to normal and all that. They're really happy with that. They don't like being nobodies. Roxas befriends Axel. The two of them are best friends and hang out together on the clock tower eating ice cream after a successful mission. They really, really love ice cream. Alongside them is their friend Xion, a girl who also has the power of the Keyblade. She's the 14th member of Organization 13, but the reason it's not called Organization 13 is because she's not actually a nobody. She's a replica of Roxas that's kind of faulty, has all these different memories and stuff inside her. In fact, she's inhibiting Sora's process of returning back to normal. With all of Sora's memories inside her, Sora can't wake up. Naminé and Riku realize this, so Riku has to sort it out. But Xion decides, you know what, I'm going to help Sora. I'm going to do the right thing. And because of this, Roxas and Axel experience a bit of heartbreak for people without hearts, which is quite sad. So Xion sacrifices herself in a battle with Roxas and convinces him to go back and fix Kingdom Hearts so that Xemnas can't have it. Xemnas is the leader of Organization. Take out the X, scramble the letters, you have Ansem. That's right, the Ansem that Sora and the gang fought in Kingdom Hearts 1 was a Heartless, and his nobody form is the leader of Organization 13. He is also after Kingdom Hearts, but is he really wanting to become whole? We'll find out later. Riku fights Roxas and is forced to use Ansem's power inside his heart in order to get him back, but this causes him to look like Ansem for quite a while. Who knows when it'll turn back, but for now Riku looks like Ansem. And he uses this power to help Sora wake up by bringing Roxas to him. Roxas then goes with Sora and Sora's happy, he gets his memories back. Sora wakes up after a whole year of being asleep. Unfortunately, this results in the sacrifice of both Xion and Roxas, and since Xion was a replica made of memories, when she's destroyed, all memories of her cease to exist, so nobody even remembers her, which is really sad. And this leaves Axel completely friendless. He eventually goes rogue from the organization and decides to try and find a way to turn Sora into a Heartless so he can get his best buddy back. Before Roxas returned to Sora, Diz shifted around with his memories and made him think he was an ordinary boy, living in an artificial Twilight Town, where he lived with his best friends Hainer, Pence and Olette. However, when Sora wakes up, he is in the real Twilight Town where he meets the real Hainer, Pence and Olette. They have no idea who Roxas is because they're not the digital versions. But from within Sora, Roxas feels sad that he's saying goodbye to friends he never had, which is really depressing. But more importantly, King Mickey is back. Sora and the gang run into him and they don't really get any answers, so they decide to go to Yen Sid, Mickey's master. And when they run into Yen Sid explains everything about Organization 13, says you gotta stop this, and Sora says okay. Meanwhile, Hollow Bastion is looking swanky as the guys from Final Fantasy start to rebuild it. Sora decides to help out as Organization 13 and Maleficent, who has been revived through the power of memories and has Pete on her side gathering more Heartless for her, are up to no good and trying to stop them. Sora starts hopping from world to world again, albeit a little more pointlessly this time. Meanwhile, Axel tries to kidnap Kairi, but she finds her way to Twilight Town where she befriends the trio, but unfortunately is kidnapped by Axel anyway. Good work, guys. In the meantime, Hollow Bastion is under attack by an army of Heartless sent out by Organization 13. To defend the world and his friends, Sora fights against them and destroys them all. But then it turns out that the organization were using him the whole time. By destroying the Heartless, just like Roxas and Xion, he is actually gathering more hearts to suit their needs. This puts Sora in a bit of a pickle because if he can't fight the Heartless, then he can't help his friends, but if he does fight the Heartless, he's helping Organization 13. What to do? It then turns out Ansem, the rumour of the formerly named Radiant Garden, is in fact a good guy, and the guy who's been causing all the havoc and they know as Ansem was actually Ansem's top apprentice Xehanort. Xehanort stole Ansem's name to discredit him and carried out illegal experiments with the heart and darkness. This is what caused all the events leading up till now, so Xehanort is the real bad guy, and Ansem and Xemnas, they're not Ansem. The real Ansem is Diz, and he's been plotting his revenge to get back at Xehanort ever since. Meanwhile, Sora, Donald and Goofy are left a couple of clues in a box that Sora thinks might be from Riku, and in the box is ice cream and a picture of the gang from Twilight Town. This leads him to think that maybe in order to find Organization 13 they're going to have to go to Twilight Town.